Hi, this is Kevin here in Japan. I wanted to make a quick video. This is for Jordan, who posted this on my Facebook page. He's a friend and fan of the podcast, the Just Japan podcast, and he said that he and his wife and their two children, young children, he's thinking of moving to Japan. So he was wondering if I have some advice off the top of my head. There's a million things, I guess, piece of advice I could give you, but I think the first one I would think of would be read up on culture, Japanese culture, how you should behave in Japanese culture. That's great for you to know. Things like, of course, you never wear shoes in someone's house. When if you're working at a Japanese workplace, if you go on any kind of vacation or holiday or trip, even just for the weekend, it's customary to buy something called omiyage, which is like a gift, usually some kind of food from that place you bring back and you give to your coworkers. How should your children be? What kind of expectations are there on children? Now, of course, you're not Japanese and your children are Japanese, so they're kind of, you're allowed to make mistakes. And basically, Japanese people are like, okay, they're not from here, it's okay. But for example, things like children are taught at a very young age that it's rude to walk and eat at the same time. You'll see adults doing it, but for a child to and it's very acceptable behavior in America for a child to say walk around with a bowl of Cheerios or some kind of snack and just walk around the house eating it, whereas in Japan that's not acceptable at all, considered very rude. What else? I think just read up, just do some research, just do some Google searches for things like Japanese manners, Japanese children manners, things like that. That's the first thing I would do. That's especially if you have no experience, you've never been to Japan. Yeah. Stock up on medicine before you come here. So, I mean, things like over-the-counter medicine, and things that work for your children. So stuff like Tylenol, cold and cough, or any kind of children's medicine for colds, for sinuses, for allergies. Even for you guys, it's best because if you can't read Japanese and you don't know what the labels are, you walk into a pharmacy and you have no idea what to do here in Japan, and you might find, as we talked about this in the last episode of the podcast, the Just Japan podcast, myself and PJ and Molly, that a lot of the medicine that you get here is actually much weaker than what you're going to find in America. So you might find that it doesn't work so well. So there's some advice off the top of my head. Hope that helps. Josh, thanks for asking the question, and I hope that helps, some of you guys out there too, other people who are planning on coming to Japan. Later, guys. Hear my kids playing in the other room. I'm home alone with the kids for the day. It's a holiday in Japan here. It's a national holiday, National Foundation Day. So I'm at home with the kids. We're gonna take them out to the park. We got a kite stuck up in a tree earlier today. Maybe we can go and get it out. All right, later, guys. Oh yeah, check the links below. Go subscribe to my podcast, the Just Japan podcast. Oh, what's this? Okay.